she owed rent and court costs.
How hard is this for you?
I can't sleep sometimes.
We didn't hear back from the landlord, so I called the landlord's attorney. He says Vidi now owes about $2,700 in rent money, but that was owed in the last 2.5 months since Vidi stopped paying rent after the eviction notice. Vidi says her attorney advised her not to pay yet, at least until the matter is resolved. John Bartlett is from the Metropolitan Tenants Organization. He says his advocacy group has received complaints similar to Vidi's.
If the landlord's getting the money, the landlord is not supposed to be evicting you.
The city agency that distributed Federal Department of Housing money to Vidi's landlord told the I-Team that landlords agreed to immediately cease all eviction proceedings for the months in which they participate in the program. If your landlord has received pandemic assistance money from the U.S. Treasury Department, the rules are similar.
You always want to document everything that's going on. If you get a note from the agency that you received the money, you document that you got it.
I have been homeless in the past, and I don't want to be there with my kids. My kids should not have to be homeless.
Vidi's attorney recently helped her reach a settlement with her landlord. It ends all eviction proceedings and waived any current rent due. Vidi agreed to vacate the unit by December 16th. If you are in a similar situation, you can reach out to Chicago Legal Aid. That's on our website, along with more information on obtaining rental assistance. Jason Knowles, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And thank you. When we return, officials in Lake County, Illinois say they're helping residents when it comes to property taxes. That's ahead.
Eyewitness News, streaming at 7, continues after a break.
This morning, there are concerns over a possible shortage of a common flu medication. Doctors right now are reporting widespread flu activity all over the country, and this map shows it too. So the CDC is reporting about 2/3 of the United States is reporting either high or very high flu activities right now. Illinois right here, you can see in the high category. So far this season, more than 6.2 million people have reported getting the flu. 53,000 people have been hospitalized. Doctors at Rush tell us they're urging people to get flu shots.
It's never too late. It's going to help decrease the spread of influenza for the general population. Also, it's going to decrease your risk of complications.
Walgreens tells ABC7 that certain stores are experiencing isolated and temporary shortages of the prescribed antiviral drug Tamiflu. CVS says it's seeing increased demand for Tamiflu nationwide.
An update on contempt of court charges against the director of the Illinois DCFS. Yesterday, an appellate court reversed those charges. Now the Cook County Public Guardian plans to appeal that ruling to the state Supreme Court. The Public Guardian had accused DCFS's director, Mark Smith, of failing to put children in appropriate settings. An appellate court says that while the department may have fallen short of expectations, it was not appropriate to find the director in contempt.
Starting today, people in Lake County, Illinois can prepay their 2023 property taxes. The Treasurer's Office says residents wanted more flexibility in their payment options, and this is a way it can help.
Okay. Well, right now we're going to link up with our friends on Good Morning America and our viewers there.
Tanya Babbage will have a news update on TV. You'll see it here in just a little bit, too.
And when we come back, how you can design your own video game today. Stay with us.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:23. I'm Tanya Babbage. Later today, we may learn the names of 5 people found dead in a home in northwest suburban Buffalo Grove. Officers were called to a home in the 2800 block of Acacia Terrace yesterday for a well-being check. When nobody answered the door, police forced their way in and found the bodies of 3 adults and 2 children. It's not yet known how they died, but police say the deaths appear to be part of a domestic-related incident and there is no danger to the public. We'll have more on this awful story coming up at 11 o'clock. Let's get a check of the ABC7 AccuWeather forecast now. Here's meteorologist Tracy Butler.
Thank you, Tanya, and good morning, everybody. And we are starting off with an awfully cold morning here. You look at these temperatures, and when you look at these, consider the fact that our average low for December 31st is 21 degrees, and we are below that right now on the first day of December. 18 at Midway, 18 in Gary, 18 degrees right now in Joliet. You factor in a bit of a breeze out there. We do have some wind chills this morning in the single numbers. High temperatures today will come in below average too. Roz steps in after this break.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Advocate Aurora Health.
Welcome back, everybody. We're looking at about an average 40-minute travel time, but not on the Kennedy. The Kennedy is really slow because, look at that camera. This is the Kennedy. It's behind the smoke there. It's so cold that we're seeing that. It looks like smoke, but it's not. It's just the exhaust coming out of the chimneys. But right now, that Kennedy, we had a crash outbound at North Avenue, and they just relocated it to Armitage. But we are still looking at 50 minutes outbound and an hour inbound. And the other trouble spot is southbound DuSable Lakeshore Drive. There is a crash in that area right around Belmont, Addison, and it's causing a 25-minute delay Hollywood to Grant Park.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Val?
Yes, my dear?
I just watched you give, was that air kisses?
I I did.
To somebody walking down the hallway, down the sidewalk, through the glass just now.
I did.
Yeah, look at you. I love that.
Spreading a little cheer,
There
a
you
little
go.
holiday cheer.
And I think he enjoyed it just as much as you did.
Good.
Look, have you seen Google's homepage today?
Oh, I haven't. Shall I?
It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I checked it out. So you can design your own video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it basically looks just like what you're looking at on the screen right here. All you got to do is click on the Google icon, and then from there, a pop-up box opens. It tells the story of Jerry Lawson. He helped develop the first home video game system, also known as Fairchild Channel F.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's a cool little history lesson.
Okay, well, after a short story about Lawson, it's edit time. So from there, you can create your own stages and then play them.
Yeah, it's like Mario Brothers on your computer.
This might be a great project for some teacher with their kids today in school.
Max will probably be all over it.
He's got a math test today. So we about that math, baby. We're Whitney Young, where excellence is the standard.
We'll find out what that score is on that math test. Hey, coming up this morning, Spotify is out with users' top tunes of the year. See if your favorites made the list. That's coming up in about 15 minutes.
And we're remembering Christine McVie. Salutes pouring in this morning. We're going to hear from her Fleetwood Mac family.
You're watching ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7, streaming live now.
Let's take a quick look at some of the stories we'll be watching for you today. We expect to learn more today about a grim discovery in the northwest suburbs. 5 people were found dead in a home yesterday in Buffalo Grove. The Lake County, Illinois coroner has identified those killed as 3 adults and 2 children, but said their names, ages, and genders won't be released until autopsies are completed. We also don't know how they died, but authorities say the incident is domestic in nature.
Today is the final day the fall veto session for Illinois lawmakers, and they're set to take up a controversial overhaul of the criminal justice system. The SAFE-T Act takes effect January 1st. It would eliminate cash bail, which gives judges more power on who gets detained. Proposed changes include expanding the list of detainable offenses, as well as clarifying what prosecutors need to do to prove a defendant is a danger to others.
Admission is free today at the Museum of Science and Industry for an out-of-this-world experience. The museum is celebrating the arrival of a SpaceX Dragon 1 cargo spacecraft. A ceremony gets going at noon today on the museum's front lawn. This will be your only chance to see the Dragon spacecraft before it becomes a permanent exhibit in the spring. That's so cool. And we're going to have it right here in Chicago. You can go check it out for free.
For free. And did you say on the lawn?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be outside.
Outside today on the lawn? Tracy, outside today on the, you know where I'm going here?
Exactly.
If you want to go sit outside on the lawn of the Museum of Science and Industry, what should you be wearing?
Well, if it were me, I actually have a hat that has like a mask on it, kind of built in, so I like that. The scarf, gloves. I'd have hand warmers like all over. Yeah, it's going to be a cold day, but the good news is not as windy as yesterday. Right now at O'Hare, it is 18 degrees. The wind is generally on the lighter side of things, thank goodness. 17 in Waukegan, 15 Valparaiso. It's 15 right now in Morrison, 15 right now in DeKalb. Now, it's enough of a wind that it does create some effect with the wind chill. So it feels like it's 11 at O'Hare, 7 in Whiting, and 8 your wind chill right now in Bradley. I'll have the 7-day for you in my next report. Roz?
We start with a CTA delay. This is affecting both the orange and green lines for loop-bound orange and Harlem-bound green line trains. They had some signal issues at Roosevelt Road. It's been corrected, so the trains are moving, but with residual delays. Oh, do we have delays on the expressways? Those travel times are anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour 10 heading in on the Kennedy. Even southbound to Saba Lakeshore Drive is about 20-25 minutes from Hollywood down to Grant Park because of an earlier crash near Addison. And if you're waking up this morning and going, where's my car? I could swear I parked my car here. Well, you're not imagining things. It could very well have been towed because the overnight parking ban, the overnight snow parking ban is in effect now from 3 to 7 a.m. on a whole bunch of streets with those signs that say parking, whether or not there's snow. Call 311 if you want to make sure that it has in fact been towed, and they can tell you where to go from there. Val and Terrell.
All right, got it, Roz. Yeah, tough morning for a lot of people. Let's get into what everybody's talking about today. This is a big one, of course, Will Smith. Back to the red carpet for the debut of his new movie.
Yeah, it's his first major public event since the Oscar slap seen and heard around the world last spring.
Yeah, so he brought his wife, Jada, the 3 kids, to the premiere of Emancipation in L.A. It's based on the true story of a slave who escapes a plantation and endures a torturous search for his family. The actor has been confronted about his behavior at the Oscars while promoting the movie. Smith says that he had to forgive himself for being a flawed human. And I guess that's the line that confuses me a little bit.
Okay.
And why I still am not so convinced. Val, it's just lacking humility for me still. I know you guys have said before, like, you're being a little too hard on him, you know, but if you're not at a point yet where you're ready to really talk about this and flesh this whole thing out and tell everybody what was going through your head in that moment, then just say you don't want to talk about it. But doing these sort of, I haven't really heard a real sensible apology or a real explanation, and him kind of beating around the bush, I think, might be making things worse.
Do you think an explanation would satisfy you, though?
I think an explanation where we get into his head where he says, this is what I was feeling in the moment leading up to it. This is what I was going through. In the moment when I got up on stage, I did it. And then when I got off stage, I felt this way. Just walk me through it. Right?
But I don't think that's going to make a difference.
You don't think so?
For you, I think you're still going to be like, bruh.
Yeah, you might be right. I do. It did change, and I know I'm not the only
part
one.
Of you
wants to know what happened.
What would make you go on stage?
But you make a good point. Has my impression of Will Smith changed because of this moment? And I think for now, the answer is yes.
You think time will heal that wound?
I think time. I think there's room for redemption here for him. I do.
Okay.
But it's a little soon.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
And he has this movie. Yeah, I don't know.
Some people are at the point where they're just like, I'm not ready to forgive him. A lot of other people are like, I don't care anymore at this point.
You know,
ready to move on.
I guess the thing for me that he said that I do like, and I also think could possibly be unfortunate for the other folks who are behind this film, is that the film may be fantastic,
it might be.
but it's getting to be in the shadow of this again. And that's the part that I don't like, because you have a lot of people who worked on this film and now they've got to be subject to fielding questions about, well, what do you think about Will Smith? Like, they probably want to be like, I don't
got nothing to do with that.
I just want to talk about this film and promote this film. But what are we doing? We're not even talking about the fact that this could be an Oscar contender.
It could be.
And, hopefully Richard Roper will review it tomorrow on Windy City Weekend.
So
I'm not sure just yet.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious to hear what Richard Roper has to say about his performance, and not just his, but the entire film itself. Because we're not even talking about it.
No idea. And I wonder if some people are even going to be interested in seeing it. I don't know. It's amazing how that one moment, yeah. All right, so we'll see. So there are quite a few.
But I tend to always skew towards grace and forgiveness.
If it's genuine.
Well, who are we to judge whether it's genuine? Who are we to say whether somebody's apology
Well,
is genuine or not?
well, I had somebody who apologized to me for something the other day, and it was the most backhanded apology. So I think
But
I think
what
that
if that person thought the apology was sincere?
True.
You know, it's
Yeah,
subjective,
it's all
right?
about it's all about the.
It's how you proceed. And the only reason I say this is because this, you know, like home life stuff, you know, when my kids, you know, sometimes I've been in a situation where my kids have been, or I'm gonna say kids, my kids have been like, well, that apology wasn't sincere. I said, well, how do you know where that apology? Because guess what? At some point in all of our lives, we're gonna need some forgiveness.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to give an apology. We're gonna have to accept an apology because nobody, and I'm not gonna get on my biblical soapbox.
Get up in the pulpit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. But we are all falling short.
But you
at
can
some point or
you
another.
can truly feel when somebody means what they say, though, right? I feel like I can, when we're talking and we're having a genuine moment, somebody means what they say and they're genuinely asking for your forgiveness. I feel like I can feel it and I know it. And I also know.
Well, you also got to trust your gut. So you may be absolutely
That's
right because your gut doesn't lie to you.
That is true. So there are quite a few secrets to living in a big city like Chicago or New York. Most of which are only known by the people who live there, the natives.
That's right, but a comedian originally from California is doing his best to try to crack the code in the Big Apple. Will Gans takes us further this morning.
Day 27 on saying how long $100 can last me in New York City.
For nearly a month, Frankie Hoy has been living off the same $100. But why?
I think I'm just a bit of an idiot, Will, to be honest. It's just in. I'm running out of money. It's not like in a GoFundMe way. A string of bad financial decisions is what got me to 100. I had $139 left in my bank account, and then I wasn't getting paid until like 2 weeks. So I was like, all right, let me just spend $100 a week.
The 27-year-old comedian documenting his journey on TikTok, where he's proving you can stretch $100 even further than that initial goal of 1 week.
I made my own coffee. Honestly, maybe an espresso. It wasn't too bad. Yum. For breakfast, I had a cupcake that Sean brought me yesterday.
The coffee honestly really looks not great. Is that? But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You gotta try it, Will.
I found a bag of oatmeal in my van that I completely forgot about.
Were you eating it room temperature or were you heating it up?
Well, whatever temperature it is in my van, because I'm using the water that's in my van. So whatever temperature that water is, I just pour it in there and it's fine.
That van is key to saving money. Frankie's able to avoid paying rent and pay for parking, thanks to a tip from a stranger.
It was like, yo, dude, he's like, I know a bounty hunter that lives in his RV in Queens. Sure enough, I found some RVs and I parked right behind them. And I've been here for a while.
Frankie's currently making money through a side hustle, working for a caterer. But he's racked up more than 4 million likes on TikTok, with fans tuning in to see his money-saving journey.
Before I left, I filled up my water bottle. For free? And I did not hop the turnstile.
No, that's pretty much it. I'm not sad and I'm not dying.
Today, Frankie is on day 28 with 3 packs of ramen noodles and about $5.96 left. So he thinks he has maybe 3 days to go with his $100. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
He lying. I can't get with it. There's something that's missing here, because even if he's just living in the van, you got to put gas in the thing. I mean, you fill the van up one time, half the money's gone.
He's moving.
Oh, so he parked it and he's living in it.
In Queens.
Ah, okay, got it.
He's living in it, and he's probably walking or using public transportation to get to the catering job, where he's getting the water, picking up.
But then, then maybe that's where he's eating too.
It could be.
Yeah, maybe that's where he's getting.
There's something. Old bag of
oatmeal.
Like, oh, that's nasty. Right? But look how now I do that. Heck, ladies, tell me if you do this too. Like, I may get a tea from our favorite place across the street that's gone up so much, but so it's super potent. By the time it gets halfway, I add more hot water to get me 2 teas out of one.
There you go.
So
that's
you saw him doing that. Yeah. So do you guys have any hacks or anything like that?
I've done that with tea before.
Mm-hmm.
So it stretches it.
Yeah, it's just because I didn't finish it. That's all.
But seriously, okay, I ate a cupcake Johnny gave me yesterday. Like, I mean, I ate 3 bags of ramen noodles today. I mean,
how many college kids eat ramen noodles?
Yeah, I mean,
but at some point you need a meal, right? I mean,
right.
it's like
this isn't healthy.
No, that's the first thing I thought. Really, definitely unhealthy. But I mean, I swear you can drop $100 on a dinner like that.
Easily.
I mean, easily, especially in New York City. But I mean, that's even the case here in Chicago.
New York.
Yeah, exactly. So
you think he's spending more than
I think. I mean, to even be in the position where you can make a choice to do something like this, you got to have some money to even do it. So I mean.
Well, I don't think we're questioning the fact that if he has money. I think he just wanted to experiment to see if he could take $100 of his money to actually do it. But the question is he going to get through the last 3 days with $5.96? I don't know. It's working for him one way or another, because guess what? He's got 4 million subscribers now, and guess that's going to turn into money.
Yeah.
So you won't even have to worry about any of that.
I thought he had 50,000 and 4 million likes. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It all translates to.
We're talking about him.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that
He's
matters.
getting a lot of views.
Yeah. You make a good point. I don't know. I just. Anyway, ABC7 Eyewitness News streaming out loud this morning. We'll take a quick break. We're back with more in 90 seconds.
Good morning. Well, you've been watching that beautiful look at our sun. Right now, this is not as pretty. You look at our current temperatures around the area, we're still in the teens. It's 15 in DeKalb, 15 Valparaiso, 17 degrees right now in Kankakee. So it is a very cold start to the day. 15 in Oswego, Evanston right now, 18 degrees. Oak Park also at 18, 16s in Crown Point and in Munster. And enough of a breeze with us this morning that it feels like it's 6 in McHenry and Hampshire, Maryville and Morris this morning. This afternoon, we'll see lots of sunshine today, and it will not be as windy. Our high temperatures today headed up into the mid-30s, but yes, a really cold start to the day. Tomorrow, our temperatures, I still think we're going to hit probably 50 degrees around here tomorrow at least. But tomorrow is going to become increasingly windy, especially in the evening hours. So another day where we have to secure our holiday decorations. It's a strong cold front that's coming our way Friday into Saturday. That's going to allow those temperatures to really plummet here on Saturday. Sunday, Bears-Packers, going to be chilly. Going to be a day with sunshine. Highs on Sunday near 40 degrees, but I think most of the time during the game, we will be in the mid-30s. Let's check in with Roz.
Really slow out there on the expressways. We've got some very high travel times, especially, in fact, that we don't have any big crashes out there. The Kennedy is clocking in at an hour 15 from O'Hare to downtown. It is just crawling, and we could take a look at that camera showing us the area around North Avenue, just bumper to bumper traffic. It is very, very slow, and we still have slowdowns on the outbound side as well. It's about 40 minutes back to O'Hare. If you're coming in from the North Shore, DuSable Lakeshore Drive, not the place you want to be. Southbound is really jammed from Hollywood all the way down to Addison, where we had an earlier crash. And from Hollywood to Grant Park, we're looking at about 27 minutes. That's a very high travel time for that short stretch of road. We have one suburban crash that's causing delays in Downers Grove at Ogden and Fairview. Local police are dealing with that. So yes, it is going to be a cold morning and it's going to be a slow morning out there. Back to you, Val and Terrell.
Yes. All right, well, Spotify has released its Wrapped report showing what we listened to this year.
Yeah, ABC's Will Gans. We'll go back to him. He has a look at 2022's top tunes.
'Tis the season smooth like butter, for Spotify Wrapped, the streaming service revealing the biggest musical moments of the year. This year's most streamed artist globally, Bad Bunny. And here in the United States,
whoa, yeah.
Whoa, Drake taking the top spot for most streamed artist in the US. And then the most viral artist of the year.
It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
Taylor Swift's music shared by Spotify users to their social platforms more than any other artist in 2022. And Harry Styles' chart topper, As It Was the most streamed song in the world this year.
As it was, we know it's not the same.
Here's where things get weird. In the spring, coastal grandmother playlists spiked 660%, keeping in line with the viral fashion trend of the same name, and making its way onto 520,000 different playlists this year.
It's called a big long loves. It has the juice.
Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
I missed
The last
that
one was, yeah, I missed that one too. I just feel like that was pretty much what we expected,
Yeah,
right?
no big
No surprises at
surprises.
all. No.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We're back in 90 seconds.
Well, this morning, fans are mourning the loss of Fleetwood Mac singer and songwriter Christine McVie. She passed away at the age of 79.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks said she was gutted by the news. In a post on Instagram, Nicks called McVie her best friend in the world since the day they met back in 1975. I love this song. Also sharing that she didn't know that she was sick until last Saturday, and she wanted to get to London, but was told to wait. So she closes with, see you on the other side, my love. Christine McVie joined Fleetwood Mac in 1970 as one of the singing and songwriting forces that propelled them into stardom.
Wow.
Right?
Is it a sudden illness?
Yeah, well, it's a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
A lot of, but certainly going to be remembered and thought of, and love hearing the music this morning. And I want to be with you everywhere. I just love it. She'll certainly be missed.
Yeah. And right at the holidays. It's always tough to lose somebody at this time of the year, for sure.
Sure is.
We're going to take a quick break.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Oh, man. So I know you got to remember this scene from Elf. Will Ferrell right there has spaghetti for breakfast and covers it in candy and maple syrup. So now you can enjoy the same thing for yourself because a new meal kit version is coming out next week.
Warner Brothers teamed up with HelloFresh, and you'll be able to order the kits starting next Monday. Each one costs $15. It makes 2 full servings of Buddy the Elf spaghetti. Kits include everything you need: pasta, marshmallows, various types of candy, maple syrup, chocolate cereal, and generic chocolate frosted pop.
So nasty.
So nasty.
Yeah, right? I bet people are going to buy it, though.
You think so?
You know people are going to buy it.
Really?
Yeah, of course. You going to buy it?
You would buy it?
I'm buying it for my kids.
Sure. Will they eat? Okay, right now, this camera, will they eat it? No.
You know what? We just love the movie Elf so much.
Oh,
And we
okay.
saw
So just
last
for-
week, we saw the production Elf at Drury Lane Theater last week. It was so cute. So nostalgia reasons, I would buy it.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
you
sense.
can do that, right.
All right, well, just a reminder that we want to see your holiday lights display. We're accepting submissions at ABC7Chicago.com for the Great Chicago Light Flight. You have through December 9th to submit your entry. The winner will be announced live at 6 a.m. on December 16th on our morning show. But before we go...
Yeah, there was this little hair situation that we were talking about this morning because I know... Val, you had a wig thing going on, and then Tracy was like, well, wait a minute, I had something going. What happened?
It's weird hair thing day or
It's
something.
Wednesday.
So I come into the makeup room, and our awesome hair makeup artist extraordinaire, Alex, said, oh, when you come in, just spray your hair with this water bottle, blah, blah, blah. So, and she wasn't here this morning, so I grabbed the bottle, I start spraying my hair, I'm like, what did I just put on my head? It was rubbing alcohol in the bottle.
Oh my gosh!
So I guess it's clean and sanitized.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't need to light a match
for
around
sure.
you.
So what we're going to do after today's show, we're going to get labels.
We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good day.